Okay, next one. I'm curious to know, if your credit score was a car, what kind of car would it be?
93 Bronco, OJ edition.
Is he a murderer?
What about you?
Oh, baby, I'm a Tesla.
Oh, my niece.
Yeah. Come on, keep it coming.
I'm curious to know, would you still have sex if you got to the person's house and they only had a blow-up mattress?
Oh, man, that's funny.
I'm curious to know, would you rather eat booty or suck toes?
Yeah, check 1 2, check 1 2. Is this mic on? Is this mic on? Hey, listen, man, it's the one and only trendsetter DJ Sense, and you're listening to CockTales, dirty discussions with Kiki and Medinah, Monroe. Yeah.
All right, you guys, so welcome back to CockTales Dirty Discussions. This is part 2 of our extended episode, right? So that is why we look the same, but this is part 2. So we left off, we did a bunch of catching up, and we talked about Via Hemp. I want to remind y'all, go ahead and get Via Hemp. We always talk about High Love. Make sure that you get Cloud9 gummies too. They have a bunch of other stuff, and as I continue to go to the website, they have more and more products. They have a balm, which I couldn't find because I couldn't get in the drawer, so I had to move it up on the bookshelf. But they have a balm that I've used that helped.
A balm, like for the bathtub?
No, like BALM that you would rub on your body.
Oh, I have that.
I used it because I heard some muscle that I didn't know was there, but it made its announcement loud and clear. And I was like stuck in the bed. Like, I need a life alert.
Let me tell you something. So it's really interesting as you live this thing called life and as you age. Speaking of hurting things, I have been having like back issues, girl. Like the middle of my, in between my shoulder blades, I have been having this like intense pain. I've talked about it a lot on my page. I've talked about it a lot. I think I've mentioned it on the show where it's just like, been having pain. I've been going to the chiropractor. The chiropractor said, bitch, get over that nigga. It's grief and heartache. And I was like, all right, I'm really trying. You know, grief is an interesting thing. There was a moment where I was like, I'm done. I'm good. And I'm not sad no more. And then one day a picture fell out of somewhere and I was like,
what the hell?
I can't do this. But my girlfriend Chanel was like, hey, Medinah, come over on Tuesday. I have a friend coming over. He does muscle alignment therapy. And I was like, girl, I can't
I've never
come.
heard of that.
I had never heard of it at all. And she was like, well, can you just come? Like, you said your back was hurting. I love Chanel. She's just like, sometimes she's like does a lot, but like you need her to do a lot because you won't do it. And so I was like, okay, cool, I'm going to come. But I only have 30 minutes. Girl, I went, he was there setting up and he was massaging a lot of the gym girls. I haven't been working out as much because my back hurts so bad. And I was just like, it doesn't feel right to keep working out. I feel like somebody asked me if I had scoliosis one day when I was doing a squat. And I said, let me stop. Because what the fuck is going on? And it was the pain. The girl literally knew what was going on. She was like, does your back hurt? And I was like, it does. But I'm a strong Black woman. She was like, bitch, stop. For you are a paralyzed one. Yeah. So I told the guy what was going on. And I said, honestly, he does like alignment and he can do stuff with the rest of it. I said, I don't need all that. I go to the chiropractor 3 times a week. I get massages once a month. Let me tell you where to attack. I told him what was going on. He got in and Kiki, I'm talking about my back been hurting so bad that my hands sometimes will go numb. I thought something was like,
I was about to have carpal tunnel.
That's what I thought. And he got in there. He knew exactly what to do. And he spent 30 minutes. He was on me for 2 hours. And he got up under my shoulder blades. He used this little machine to loosen up the blood flow. Like, This is not an ad. Like when I was done.
What did he do to loosen up the blood flow?
He had a machine.
Was it like that?
Yeah, it was like a little gun thing. And he
with
got
that ball?
Yeah. And it was painful, but I liked that. It felt like when the Asian ladies dig in the side of your toe to get the ingrown tail. It like hurts, but it feels good. That's how it felt. And he like got in there like on the pain and then he cupped it. And then
that cupping.
Girl, that cupping. He was like, you might not like this. It might hurt. I said, oh, I like a little pain. Don't worry about all that. And he just got in there. And when he was done with me, I was just like, what do you need? Do you need prayer? Like, do you need food? Are you hungry? Can I do something for you? Like, he is God sent. Like, it was just wonderful. Like, it was so wonderful. I have not felt the pain. My hand isn't tingling. I don't have like the tightness that I was feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I just was so thankful. I think his Instagram is JY Fit. It's muscle alignment therapy. So they go a little bit deep. It's not like a normal massage. They go a little bit deeper. So it might be painful for you. I like pain, so it was okay. But when he did Chanel, she was like, this hurts. But she did it on her knee. He can target different areas. Or if you just want to get in alignment, he can like stretch you out. So effective. I was like, oh my God, sign me up. Girl, it was amazing. Whew.
Yeah, I only had the cupping one time, and that was back in April, 6 months ago. I need to do it again. The man gave it to me for free because when he was doing my regular massage, he was like, do you know what cupping is? I said, no, I just saw them hickeys on people's backs.
Mhm.
And I didn't want to be walking around like that. I've got pics to take. And he was like, you're not going to have it. I guess maybe if you do it regularly, once you really
my back was red.
It was?
Yeah.
Did you have them circles for days and days?
I had it for like 3 days.
Oh.
But I didn't have my back out, so nobody
well,
really
it
saw
didn't
it.
matter. Yeah.
Maybe that one man did, but
He did a good job. Mine was so knotted up. I think I needed to stay an extra hour or two to even get it to the top. But I will say it felt so much better. And I was like, I don't know what I was scared of.
yeah.
I highly encourage you guys to do that.
Yeah. Also talking about something like that, I want to just point this out. Since my birthday passed, I did my yearly, got my blood work, did all the things, got tested. You know, I'm good. Well, kind of. I was looking at my blood work and my, there was one week recently where I woke up and I cried every single day, Kiki. And I was like, clearly I'm depressed.
Your estrogen too high.
No, my vitamin D was low. And I thought that I just had to say this because I said, you know what? Sometimes you think you're sad when really there are other things you need to do before you go to medicine. Now, some people do need medicine and I am not against medicine. However, I thought I was like, maybe I need to get on antidepressants. I was asking my therapist, am I like someone who am I bipolar? Like I really thought something was wrong. I was just crying. I get my doctor's like, your vitamin D is supposed to be at 30. Mine was at 14.
Ooh.
Bitch.
Many Black people specifically
And do you know
are
why?
deficient.
I didn't know that. And I said, can you let me know why this is so low? I said, I'm in the sun a lot. He said, that doesn't matter. He was like, as a Black, and my doctor's Black. He was like, as a Black person, because we're melanated, you can be in the sun. The sun isn't really penetrating you enough to give you what you need. So you need to, most likely, if you are brown, you need to be on a
Supplement.
A supplement. You need to have the supplement and you need to make sure you know your numbers and your levels because what he had to do is give me 50,000 milligrams so that I can just get up to meet where I'm supposed to be at. I'm taking that and an over the counter, but he gave me a prescription for vitamin D so that I can get up to, you might not be sad, bitch. You might have a low vitamin D level. I'm just saying.
Vitamin D. And another one that I want to add to that is zinc. That's the one we forget about. Vitamin D and zinc. If you are anemic, many of us are anemic.
I'm
Your
anemic.
iron is low.
And if you
gotta
take
get that
the zinc
iron
and you start getting hives, don't fret. You're not allergic. You have to drink some milk. Sometimes it's I had to do that. One time I took zinc and I think you have to do zinc and niacin together and you won't do that. Some people take zinc and your body's sensitive to it. I thought I was dying. But really what it was I needed to have milk with it.
What kind of milk?
It was like nasty whole milk. But I don't know why that is, but like it just sometimes it can have an effect and you start
maybe it's 'cause
itching.
you was already vitamin D deficient and whole milk is high in vitamin D. So
And
it's
maybe
like,
that's
just go
why.
ahead and drink it.
Y'all, please get your blood work done.
Get it and ask for these specific things and ask them to tell you because sometimes what they'll do and they'll come back and say, oh, everything's normal. But something I was looking at, and y'all probably already know this because y'all know everything. But in case somebody doesn't, sometimes they'll tell you that things are normal. But the normal is because it's the normal range based on the pool of people that we have here in America, bitch. No. I know y'all been seeing what's his name? Dr. New on My 600 Pound Life. It's a lot of big bitches in here. I don't know how to say it. And I'm not talking about regular big. I'm talking about you are 1,000 pounds and you need a forklift and a minivan and maybe you can get somewhere else. You're having trouble getting to your doctor's appointment. So that is one of the things when it comes to statistics that I rant about. I started to say rant and rave. I don't rave about it. I rant about it. Because the thing with statistics is it's based on a pool of people. So if you got 20 600-pound people in a room and then 5 who are in a normal, healthy range of weight, that will skew your results. So I say all of that to say, don't always rely on normal. Look at what the levels actually are so that you know. And then also pay attention to how you feel. And I am pro go to a doctor that went to medical school and is got a license and there's a board that is regulating them. But I'm not opposed to also seeking guidance or looking into some of the things that some of the homeopathic professionals do, because sometimes some people are just way too deep in bed with big pharma. So, do your own research, figure out what you want, and pay attention to your own body and what feels good and what feels right. But you're right. I saw somebody talking about hormone levels. Like, I joke all the time about having too much testosterone, and that's why I be a little bit too much with the niggas on my thought process. But that's a real thing. Sometimes men, I saw something where it was talking about how like sometimes men are truly testosterone deficient. They have very low levels, and that's why people feel like they are too emotional or too, they try to equate it to them being gay. It's like they're not gay. They testosterone low.
You might need a little pill, a little shot. Like, come on, know what you know.
You might need a supplement. Like, everybody ain't just right. I'm not. And so I'm not judging you. I'm right here with you. I inflicted too. Anyways, I also wanted to say I went to a gala too.
You did.
Over the weekend. And I had almost a crash out moment and crying because I didn't think I was going to be able to do it because I was watching somebody else's kid. I don't have kids. And so the fact that sometimes I can't do stuff because I be having a kid, it is frustrating. And then when I was asking somebody who does have a kid who I watched, and the immediate response was not like, oh, I got you. Oh, shit was brewing. I mean, it was steam coming out of my ears, and I was trying to figure out how to handle it. Anyway, long story short, it worked out well. I went to the Living Legends Foundation Gala, and that was a really cool experience. I went with Lex and Drea. And it was cool to go because there's so many people who are there in the music industry, in the radio industry, and there's a lot of people who I know from working in radio so many years, and they don't know me as like Kiki Said So, the podcaster. They know me as I do the finances for this broadcast company, or they forget what I look like if I'm dressed up, or they don't know what I look like because I haven't been to the office in 6 years, or we've never met in person. And so it was nice to see some of those people out. And do you remember Skip Cheatham?
Yes.
Girl, he was at the thing. Skip Cheatham is fine. I just got to say it. That is a fine man, and he's still looking good.
I don't think I know what he looks like.
Oh, he's a good-looking man.
Is he married?
I'm pretty sure. So I'm saying this respectfully. But he is a good looking man. He still looks, I mean, obviously he's older. I haven't lived there in 20 years, literally. But it was cool to see him there. He wasn't being honored, but there's another woman. Her name is Dee Dee. She does a morning show. It's Dee Dee in the Morning here in Atlanta. There is a new radio station that's part of the group that I work with, 87.7. It is a Southern Soul station, which is like
country music and soul.
Basically, yeah. Like old people, blues, country music, and soul. Like, it's a more mature, not just like throwback hits. It's current music, but more blues and country soul. Anyway, she has a syndicated morning show. She's based in Dallas. She has a show called Dee Dee in the Morning. I always think it's amazing when women are the main person on a morning show lineup. If you don't know or you never really thought about it, in radio, specifically Black people, because I've never paid attention to the others for real, but I'm pretty sure it's standard across the board. The women don't get to lead the shows. You are usually booked as a sidekick. You are there as the cute one. They probably send you out to do stuff.
And even
you're
if you're
there
not
as
cute,
gossip.
You remember Kid Craddock in the Morning and Kelly Raspberry?
Yes.
Wow. Kid Craddock.
Kid Craddock in the Morning. Yep, I do. But Keita Rose was on that show too. Keita's on that show. And what was so interesting, when she was talking, I was like, I have not realized, because I'm eating my food, I didn't realize how much Keita sounds like Dee Dee. And this is not a messy moment, but it did make me wonder, I don't think she's on there anymore, but it makes me wonder how much did Dee Dee influence her? How much was she a mentor to her? And what was that relationship? Because it's a good voice. I like
love Kita.
I like Kita. I like her voice. I like Dee Dee. I like
has
her
an
voice.
amazing
And it was
voice.
amazing to see her getting a Lifetime Achievement Award while she's still living. Because the whole thing is we need to honor the people who have been doing the work while they're still here. There were attorneys that were there. There were other people in the industry, but there were several women there. And I was happy to be there. I was happy to get to meet them. I was happy to get to say, hey, you made me want to do radio.
Mhm.
You like Skip Cheatham specifically. I remember he had came to a couple of basketball games or something. He would be in the gym at Bowie and like just seeing. Remember Flava TV?
Mm-hmm.
Like saying, okay, you can be a radio personality and then you can go and host something on TV too. It was like our own. If you're not from the DFW area, it was a show that came on. I don't know where it came on, but it came on. And it was like at night, he would be at the clubs. He would be at all the functions.
Moving around.
Doing all kind of stuff. They would be at the football games. It was just cool to see that and be able to meet them and say, hey, I love what you do. I am a person that was directly affected by what you did in a positive way. And you have inspired me and continue to inspire me. And it was just cool to see that. And then meet other people. Lots of living legends. And I seen my boss on there because he got the Living Legend Award. I be talking about him all the time. He knows we both talk about each other. But he got the Living Legend Award a few years ago, and he really is like talented and very smart in many areas when it comes to radio and broadcasting. So I say all that to say, like, as much as I make jokes and talk shit about people, I do it to their face too. And I appreciate the lessons I've been able to learn. And it is cool to be around literal living legends.
That's
and they also need to, well, I won't say that. Go ahead.
Sometimes you kind of forget. Sometimes you do have moments of that. You're like, wow.
Like how you were talking about Elizabeth Gilbert. Like, I work for Steve Heckwood. And if you work in radio, you might have heard of him if you really care about the industry. Like, he has done a lot.
I mean,
he has his own stations here and other places, but he was starting hot. Like, he's not there no more, but he started that. And he started a lot of things, like the birthday bash concert everybody wants to go to. He started that.
That's beautiful. When you were talking about Kita, it's so funny that now I need to call her because I feel like now you've come up too much in one day, bitch.
Oh, yeah, you got to call her.
You said that about Kita. My lender that I work with, who I always tell everyone to go to get approved to purchase a home. This is a white woman. She is white. And she sent me a message this morning. Sometimes we don't be talking about Lyndon. I love her. Like, it's hard for me to really rock with you and like refer people to you if we haven't had like a personal connection. She's caught me crying in the brokerage several times. So we're close. So she sent me a message that she said, she's like, I love this girl. And I just listen to her every morning. It was Kita. I said, bitch, I know. I didn't call her bitch. They don't know this side of me. They don't even know I got a podcast. She was like, I said, I know her. I was like, what? She was like, what? How? I was like, she's a friend. And I just thought it was so wild that like this white woman who is like, she's like 70, knew she's sending me Kita. I was like, wow, I'm gonna call Kita and let her know because listen, that being a woman, I feel like in any industry is just like hard. So,
hey, man, it is. It's like overlooked, undervalued.
Amazing. Speaking of being women, I also just want to remind you guys that my girlfriend, she started a foundation. It's called Lula's Legacy of Love Foundation, and they recently partnered with Moffitt Cancer Center. My girlfriend started this foundation because her mother died of breast cancer, and she wanted to honor her mother. So on October 25th, we're coming up on it in Tampa, Florida. They are having a Save the Tatas 2.0 breast cancer awareness walk. If you guys would like to donate, if you would like to go, just make sure you go to www.lulaslegacyoflovefoundation.org and you can either sponsor someone to have a mammogram, to get a wig, to just help them with some of the financial hardships that come with being sick, unfortunately, or you can go to the walk. So make sure you go, do your thing. I'm going to try to make the walk if I can. Again, it's October 25th. Go to lulaslegacyoflovefoundation.org and I hope you can do something.
And so I know that many people write in emails all the time or send us DMs and they have trouble making friends, which it is hard as an adult to make friends. You want to be conscious of the fact, okay, this is my work friend, but how much do I want to let them in depending on what it is that you do in the culture? Usually you got to keep them.
You'd be like,
away.
never mind.
Because Yeah. But there's groups out there, so y'all should look into some of these. They just got started maybe last year. This is not anything scammy. I know that there are others that have had bad reps. They ain't doing that. It's really cool, and everything I've ever been to is free. So I don't even know how they're going to turn a profit. Maybe eventually they're going to start charging membership fees. I don't know, but right now they're getting started, and they are really just trying to get the black girls out and others. Come on out and have a good time.
If you're trying to make friends and you're a single mom and it's just like, how do I do this? I need people to understand what I'm going through. I told you guys last week, follow the ville.atl Friday, October 18th at 6:45 p.m. There is a dinner. It is for single mothers who just need to feel pretty and seen, have a good time, have some cocktails or some mocktails, get honored, there's a red carpet experience, put on your makeup, sis, wear heels or don't. I understand. I don't have no kids, but I got people around me that have kids and y'all feet be hurting. Mine do too.
Mine too.
Like, it's rough. So if you are a single mom and you're just like, I want to find other single mom friends, follow the ville.atl. If you can't go to the dinner, cool. If you want to just go, you want to sponsor somebody, you don't have kids and you're like, but I got money, bitch. Well, why don't you sponsor a single mom that maybe you know or don't know to go to this dinner? It is not an expensive ticket. Go to the ville.atl on Instagram, check it out and go. I'm probably going to try to go. I told the girl, her name is Essie. She's so dope. If I can make it, I'm definitely going to go. And I was like, bitch, I ain't got no kids, but I'm just going to sit there and just and love on the moms. If you aren't going to go to the dinner or if you're going to sponsor somebody, she does events throughout the year, just bringing single moms together. If you're struggling with postpartum, if you're struggling with anything, like community is so important. And so we're always going to just try to push different types of communities that you can join so that you can just get well, honestly. So if you can go. If you're scared, go. If you're fearful, go. If you're broke, go. Just do all the things all the time.
Okay, we're going to move on to weird sex. And I promise I tried to hold it, but I'm going to have to tinkle first. So when we come back, we're going to weird sex. And we are actually going to breeze through these advice and whatchamacallits, cocktails. But we've got some, so we'll be back.
You said a man is not a necessity, a man is a luxury.
Like dessert. Yeah. A man is absolutely not a necessity.
Did you mean that to sound mean and bitter?
Oh, not at all. I adore dessert. I love men. I think men are the coolest. But you don't really need them to live.
All right, you guys. So we are back and it's time for weird sex. This one is quick. This came from a listener. She says, so boom, a lady comes into the ED. I guess that's the same as the ER.
Okay.
After getting hit by a car. Ooh, I hope so. After getting hit by a car and we're all moving fast doing the whole trauma thing. Head to toe scans, IVs, the works. I'm thinking broken bones or internal bleeding, right? Then the CT comes back and the tech is like, y'all need to see this. We look and clear as day. There is a butt plug just chilling in there like it belongs on the chart. The whole room got quiet for a second and you know we were all trying not to crack up, but I had to cover my mouth because the laugh was ready. Sis was medically sedated due to her injuries, so she had no idea of our discovery. Imagine almost getting taken out by a sedan and your little secret gets exposed in the process. The ER is truly undefeated and you never know what you're going to get. That is wild. So many people end up in the ER because of their butt plugs. This one just happened to be there. And now her business out. She was probably on the way to a booty. That's for you. I already got mine.
All of it or like a piece?
All of it.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's it for weird sex. Thank you for sending that in. Who else is working in the hospital or somewhere like this where you are seeing these crazy things happen all the time? I want to know what else is getting stuck up there besides the butt plug. Any other things that are not supposed to be there? At least a butt plug goes in your butt. Like when people say like, oh, there was a squirrel or an iPhone charger. I'm like, now, why did you pick that?
Why did you do that? I think that would be so dope if they let us like host a show that was about like weird sex, but not just weird sex, but like also just like crime stuff. And we just pop up like, why the fuck did you do that?
Oh, we pop up like cheaters.
We pop up like, he's cheating. Like, you know, like not like cheaters because I don't want to like talk to the person. No, you're not stabbing me.
But we're just going to the people who are in these other predicaments.
Yeah. And we're like, why was y'all doing that? Like, they don't know we're about to pop up. We're like, what was happening? Like, we got real questions.
I wonder what they would say. Could you? I would be so embarrassed.
Speaking of embarrassed, I wanted to just say something really quick.
Okay.
So, a lot of services that I get, like I get really close to the people that do the services because how can you not? And so there's a girl that does a service for me, and we always talk about dating is a hot topic, whether you want it to be or not. And I didn't even tell her I had a podcast, and I didn't even know that she knew, and I didn't know everyone in the building knew. I think that's really funny when you're like, oh, y'all bitches is really in here proud that I'm here. I didn't even know it. Do I gotta pay? Yeah. But so I thought this was interesting, Kiki, and I want to get your take on it because this has never been my experience, and I can't believe that women are out here experiencing this, what I'm about to say.
Okay.
So we were talking about dating, and she was like, I'm just done. Like, I'm not going to like like men are just on my nerves. And her men are on my nerves like a different me saying, I'm just kind of going to take a break because of heartbreak. A very specific heartbreak. And she was like, I was like, well, what do you mean? Because you seem like your heart is hard. My heart's not hard all the way. But like, she just seemed like she was coming from like a hard heart place. And I was like, you got to be really careful about how your heart is postured. And when it's getting too hard, you got to make sure you check that because niggas gonna hurt your feelings at the end of the day. You know what I mean? You got to learn how to work through it. Break up, divorce, whatever. Somebody, you have sex, somebody he don't talk to no more. You can't just let it guide you for the rest of your life. Everybody's not the same. I don't care how much shit I sit up here and talk. There's good men out here. And so she was like, well, I'm done. And she was like, and she told me, she said, I've never been treated nicely by a man in my life. She's not the first person that told me that.
Okay.
She said, I've never been treated nicely by a man in my whole life. I've never been given flowers. She said, I've never been taken on a real date. And we host a show and we talk about dating and sex all the time. And like, I was just listening. I was like, I'm not even gonna say nothing because
never. How old is she?
I mean, we're not far from the same age. She's in her 30s. And she said, my whole life. She said, my whole life, I just have not, I don't know what it even means to have a man treat you nice. She's not being abused, but she was like, they don't want it.
That's just not her experience.
Yeah, I gotta beg to be taken on a date. She's not ugly. She's cool. I mean, I don't know her outside of the service, but like, she's not ugly. She's cool. I was like, all right. I was like, that's rough. Like now when you say stuff like that, bitch, I had to take a break. And I was getting treated right to a certain extent. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was like, it didn't work out, but it wasn't like, you
never went on a date. You never got flowers. You never got shown appreciation.
Like, you don't think I'm attractive. You just keep me in a room to fuck me. Like, that is not, even if it's just a one night stand, which I've had, or it's just a sex thing, we gonna eat in public. You know what? It's not like, bitch, don't nobody gonna know about you. Like, and I was like, wow, how many women is this happening to? That's not right. And so I told her.
It happens to a lot.
Has that ever happened to you?
No, I'm gonna eat too, bitch.
I'm gonna eat, and even we might even
go
out.
Some nice things. Yeah, we going out.
Y'all might
probably met you in the club.
good.
So you think you gonna hide me from the club? I'll show you what happens if you try to hide me from the club. Now I don't be there no more. But I would go on dates. Now, there's levels to the dates, but I would go on dates. So no, that has not been my
I feel
experience.
like you are purposely hiding me. I'm hiding you. If someone's being hid, it's you getting hid. Ain't no way.
And I done hid some.
Mm-hmm. And even still, we gotta eat.
And who gonna check me?
I still get your little birthday gift. I was like, what? This is outrageous. I said, there is no way that we gotta start a group. Like, why are y'all dealing with this? She was like, I didn't say that. I was just listening. And she was like, yeah, I've never been treated nicely by a man. And I was like, if this is what is happening, I'm sorry, like you can't even be mad at the men. You need to take a moment and sit down because that's not normal, right?
Well, I am going to be mad at the men. Now, I get where you may be going with like...
How you keep doing it? Like, I don't...
Yeah, but the other part of this is that you could consider is like how much people try to normalize bad behavior. So depending on who you actually talk to and experience life with your friends, your family, all of this. If you are around other people who also have this same shared experience of never being treated right, these are the type of people that are in the comments saying that you're doing too much when you do something really nice for a guy or when you expect something from a man. These are people who probably know and maybe have dated these other men who are always talking about we're doing too much, who are always trying to equate dates to prostitution and stuff. It's all about perspective. So no, I am mad at the guys because you don't have to do that. I do think I'm not mad at her or any other woman going through this. I would say, do you want it? Or do you? No. Do you want to go on a date? Do you want somebody to treat you with respect? Or are you okay with this? You need to ask yourself that and tell yourself the truth. Because you might be chasing something that you think means something and really you don't give a fuck about none of it. And you've got a lot more work to do than the person who does want that but isn't getting it. Hey, sis, it's out there. And so instead of feeling like you've got to have so many experiences or the first experience that is coming your way or one of the next few, you're going to have to hold out a bit. You've got to stop expecting instant gratification, because if you just accept whatever is thrown at you, I could also see how you end up with a lot of shitty experiences. If you just always accept whatever is thrown at you, the first thing, first come, first serve versus he ain't really talking about nothing. You're not trying to plan a date. I'm not doing this. Lots of people have men approach them that way, where they are acting like it's going to be a date, but you always call me last minute. For me, if we're planning day of, that's not a date. That's a hangout. And like activities might be the same, but when I say I want you to plan a date, that means plan in advance reservations. I was talking to a friend recently, and she's a gorgeous woman. And while she hasn't had experiences that men never take her seriously, there was one that was trying, and she was like, oh, I don't know what he's used to, but he has met his match, because when I say you need to plan a date or I won't see you, I mean that. And so he kept coming at her. He was trying to spend money, do all these things, like trying to do the typical. And she was like, no, I'm literally telling you, you need to make advanced plans. He's like, I don't know when you're free. She was like, and that's why you got to shoot your shot. Because what you're not going to do is keep trying to meet me places and keep trying to like do a last minute thing. Okay, we're both out running errands. It doesn't mean I won't come, but that didn't count for a date. And so like you just going to have to be a little bit more strict and ignore everybody who's saying you're being too strict. If you're getting something that you don't want, you don't have to settle for it, because that's exactly what you're doing.
And sometimes I don't even think it's someone's telling you that you're too strict. Like more when we got more into the conversation and I was getting curious and asking questions, I noticed like there's this norm of like people talking about I was like, what do you pay attention to in a man that is interested in you? She talked about goals, definitely talked about money, and talked about like very materialistic things, not in a city girl way, but just in a way where like you think this is a woke way to approach dating. And anybody who's listening to this, if you think that's the right way, cool. We all have different goals as far as love and family lifestyle. And I said, well, I'm just going to give you a different way to think about this. Cool. Like obviously people want somebody to have the money and have a goal. In my mind, I look at it like you're coming with that. I don't really meet. It's been a very long time since I've just met a broke nigga. You know, like it's just, that hasn't happened. And so I said, but what I've noticed that's important to pay attention to, because you can have money and you can have the goals and you can accomplish the goals and he can still treat you badly. You need to be paying attention to people's habits. You need to be paying attention to what people are doing in their free time. And she was like, well, what do you mean by that? I said, well, I'm learning this too. I said, on Saturday morning, what is somebody doing? Like, what is he doing? Like, is it just, I just went to the club, I'm waking up at 12, and then I'm going to do this all over again. I'm drinking, I'm doing, it's not a judgment, but like look at somebody's life and look at their patterns. Or is he volunteering? Is there something that does he spend time with family? Does he plant a garden? Like, I don't know, like we don't pay attention to like what someone is doing in their free time before I got here. Like, what is something that you actually do and you enjoy doing it, and it has nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with how you benefit from it. I think like you're missing out on what a good person is. And in turn, that makes you look at yourself. What you doing on a Saturday morning? What you doing? How do you start your morning? How do you end your night? How do you treat people? And she was like, I said, change some of your own habits. And it's very interesting when you start to like, does he pray? I'm not even trying to make this like super, does he though? Like when y'all do go eat, do y'all pray over the food? Some of these things matter so much and you think that they don't, but if you pay attention to these small habits, which are really actually big, you might not run into the niggas that's gonna try to hide you behind closed doors and just have sex with you and not do anything else with you because you see that they care about people.
Or you notice it from the beginning, clock it and move on.
Bye. Y'all, we gotta get well. We gotta get well. That made me just so sad because she said that, but also I had a few other friends tell me that, and I didn't know that they were. I had a very close girlfriend tell me. She was like, I know I go on dates, but like the men aren't nice to me, and I was like, why is you going then?
Right. Because, like, we can both be mean if you want to play that game. I can be a bulldog too, you little bitch.
Yeah, like.
Fuck? You gonna sit here and be me? Oh, you have met your match because I've been practicing these jokes in my head for a minute. I was just waiting on a bullfrog looking nigga to get in my face so I could say, now let's go. You heard I hate men? Well, I'm not gonna beat the allegations today. You know, sometimes
That's
you
not
just
nice.
gotta.
Like you're
it's
hungry
not.
and he's not gonna feed you.
And then if I'm hungry, now that escalated to hangry.
That's the bare minimum. Food.
First of all, I done said it once. I'll say it 1,000 times. Don't you invite me out if eating ain't in the plan. Like, why is food not there? You want to hang out. I know you don't want to eat this pussy, so you get to eat and I don't, because I'm not eating that.
Y'all gotta really understand, like, we do have a prize and you don't have to give it up. If you don't think that vagina is a gift, you don't need to be dating. Ma'am, I'm talking to women. If you don't actually think that, like, if he gets it, even if he doesn't, that's what he wants. And you don't have to give it up, or you can. But, I mean, I'm just saying, like,
Or
really
you can. It was a hand motion.
I'm just like, food? I'm going on a date on Wednesday, and I am going to call it a date. The dude said, what you want to do? I said,
I want you to plan a date, bitch.
I want you to plan a date, bitch. I didn't say
bad.
that part. I didn't say that
But you
part.
were thinking
But
it.
I did say, like, what are the, like, you tell me what you could do. Because I'm also trying to understand that, like, everybody doesn't have money. So, like, and I'm not, like, super, like, you need to be a rich nigga. Like, what can you do? I'm real big on, like, what can you do?
Honestly, I just want you to make the plan.
What can you do?
That's it.
And I was shocked by this. I don't know him. I don't know this guy. He invited me to his birthday last weekend, and I went. I was just like, I want to see what you're doing. I was absolutely impressed. I was like,
nice birthday party?
it was so much fun. The people were nice. The girls were nice. Everybody was just nice.
Mm-hmm.
He sends me a message. He's like, all right, cool. I said, I have some availability on Wednesday. I'm trying to act all
busy.
Right? I said, I have availability on Wednesday. He said, you want to go on a helicopter ride? You want to do a wine tasting? Or would you like to go to the movies?
What'd you pick?
The helicopter ride.
Of course you did. Okay.
But I also was kind of also I've already done it, but I'll do it
But
again.
that's a fun one.
Yeah, it was cool.
I want to go to the movies. We can't talk.
We can't talk, and really we don't need to talk. But like, let's just
Why
go.
you don't need to talk?
I don't want to talk. I think men are on my nerves so much right now. I just want you to spend money.
Okay, well now I'm confused.
Why?
That just went against everything you just said.
Well, it's just
today.
a process. I'm just going through a process right now. It's just
and
like,
that's understandable,
it's just a
but that's just why I'm confused.
I'm going through this process
so with this
of like,
one right this week currently.
We're going on a helicopter ride.
Okay.
And I'm playing.
It's gonna be kind of loud, so it's gonna be hard to talk anyway. You're just like, oh, that looks so nice. Look at that.
Yeah, like, well, you have the headphones on. I've done it
Yeah,
before. You have the
but
headphones on. You can
it's
hear each
still
other,
loud.
but you can hear each other it's like a studio. You can hear.
did it.
Okay,
But I still think it's loud.
so but that happened, and I'm like, you don't know anything about me. I don't know anything about y'all. Bitches not getting food. We're
Hey,
going to eat
Medinah.
after.
Some people are not.
I know, but stop doing that. That's the whole
And
point.
the men
Stop.
are very loud about what they not gonna do. So I could see how easily somebody could think that people are lying about having these other experiences when you and your circle are not.
But-
It's sad. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just
It's
saying
not right.
I've met enough people to see, okay, I see how y'all think this because it's not, you don't live it. And you only see people online with a different experience. There's nobody you can reach out and touch.
But would you say with the people who are having these below the bar in hell experiences, would you say that like, are they like expanding their minds? Are they trying to be around different
I
types
don't know because they're not anybody super close to me.
Okay.
Because if they could reach out and touch me, I would have been told their asses he's not doing enough. But it's like we have a mutual person and we just all happen to be somewhere in these different moments. And I'm just like, confusing. I don't know what their types are. When I did ask a few questions, there were some people where I was like, okay, I've got to dig deeper with this one. It might be a location thing and you don't like what you see in the mirror, which is causing a low self-esteem. And then other people, it's like, are you lying? And then other people, well, I see why. And not because it's anything wrong with what you look like, but because as you talk and the things that you speak about and just like how you're handling this whole thing, from talking about the men to talking to this group of women, I can see why nobody
This is
that
happening.
wants something is going to be interested in having this conversation, because I'm annoyed.
Okay.
Like, you know, when you talk about somebody and they just act like they deserve everything, they're putting out bare minimum effort, but don't understand why they're still in this place. And then when you try to open it up about other things, it's so many superficial things. And it's like, you have no depth.
I get it. Okay. So there's levels to it.
Yeah, there's lots of different situations, but I wish y'all luck. I hope that if anybody is going through that,
You need to pause. It's about to
maybe
get cold
also
outside.
pause who you're around. Like, do they say the same thing? Do they feel like, oh, this is normal, this is okay? Are people encouraging you that it is all right? That's the most important thing I would say. And if the answer is yes, you need to be around different people.
Yeah,
Change your environment.
Yeah, you need to. I don't. My feelings would really be hurt. And again, I'm not saying that like every experience is a relationship. Sometimes it is just sex, and my feelings still be hurt. And we still ate some food. Like what? Like what? Like I was really like, sis, sit down. You need to sit down. You don't deserve this. Like, she's a good person. I think. Like, I mean, I don't know her, but like,
yeah. And I mean, yeah, you never really know somebody till you get in bed with them. So anyway, I hope something better happens for her. We still was chit chatting, so y'all not getting no advice or cocktails today because we're out of time. That's all right. We have them ready. So now you know, when you hear this, if you didn't squeeze your advice or cocktails, we will skip a catch up probably when we record. But just send in the advice or the cocktails. We'll try and get you in ASAP.
Make sure you guys look at the description, look at all the links, look at all the things we have going on. If you're searching for a community, we gave several options for that.
Bye, you guys. Oh, wait, I forgot. Follow us. CockTales Podcast. I'm at Kiki Said So.
I'm at Coffee Bean Dean.
And until next week, you guys. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Bye. 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 Population. Goodbye. Bye. Bye. Wait on the drive. Bye. Bye. Bye.